In this session, I am going to explain Raoult's law. Okay. So in previous class, we studied about that vapor pressure of a solution. Okay. Once you can go through that playlist and you clearly read about and study about that vapor pressure. So once you can, again I am explaining about that vapor pressure concept. The pressure exerted by the vapors, okay, which are exerting the dynamic equilibrium between vapor state and liquid state. Okay. So here to understood, just I am showing with the diagrammatically. I am taking one sealed container. The sealed container usually containing a volatile solvent. For this volatile solvent, I added a non-volatile solute. Okay. So volatile is nothing but you know that already ready to escape. Okay. So here, whatever the volatile solvent I am taken, these solvent particles are escaping from this liquid state and giving that a vapors. These vapors are exerting some pressure, so that I am calling that vapor pressure. So here I would like to give that a relationship between the vapor pressure and the mole fraction of component which is responsible for that vapor pressure. Okay, so that relationship is given by that Raoult's. Okay, so what is stated that the partial vapor pressure of solvent, over a solution of non-volatile solute. Okay, so whatever the dotted particles I am showing, that is a non-volatile solute. So that P solution I am showing that is directly proportional to the mole fraction of solvent in the solution. So why I am using the only mole fraction of solvent? Here the solvent particles are only responsible for the vapor pressure. Okay, so that's why here I am giving that a relationship between the partial vapor pressure of solution and the mole fraction of the component. Okay, so what is the relation? Directly proportional. So that's why I am stated the partial vapor pressure of solvent over a solution of non-volatile solute P solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction of solvent in the solution. So mathematically I show that P solution directly proportional to X solvent. So when you remove the proportionality, it is that just represented the P solution is equal to P naught solvent into X solvent. What is the P naught solvent? It is a partial vapor pressure. Okay, VP I am showing the partial vapor pressure of pure solvent. Pure solvent. So this is I have explained it that diagrammatically, whatever the graphical representation I am showing that P solution is directly proportional to X solvent. That means if mole fraction of solvent increases, the vapor pressure of solution is also going to increases. So initially I have 0 mole fraction. There is no component. Okay. So here I have only pure solvent. Otherwise you can take with respect if there is no component is there. So if the mole fraction of solvent is going to increases, 0 is going to become 1 here. So what happens? The vapor pressure is also going to increases. Okay. So what is the start? The star mark is indicating at particular here that only I have solvent particle. Here I have only solvent particles. So whatever the vapor pressure is shown by this one, I am giving the vapor pressure of pure solvent. Okay. So P naught solvent. Clear? So this is one type we can possible to explain. Okay. Sir, if I have a solution with volatile solvent and volatile solute, so how could I represent? Okay. So that is also I would like to explain with respect of two components which are responsible for the vapor pressure. Clear? Okay, now assume a solution containing two components, volatile components. Okay. So volatile solvent is there and volatile solute is there. So whatever just now I explained that it is only volatile solvent. Okay, the solution with volatile solvent and non-volatile solute. But whatever the solution now I am taking this one, this solution is containing volatile solvent and at the same time for this I am adding volatile solute. Okay, so that means here the vapor pressure of the solution is must be responsible from solute and solvent. Okay, so two components are there. I am taking the two components A and B. So solvent I am representing with A, solute I am representing with B. So the partial vapor pressure of solvent I am showing with the PA. Partial vapor pressure of solute I am showing with the PB. Okay, and mole fraction of solvent I am representing with XA, and mole fraction of solute I am representing with XB. Okay. So here I would like to give the relationship between the partial vapor pressure of the components and mole fraction of the component. So Raoult's has stated that the partial vapor pressure of the component is directly proportional to its respective mole fraction. Okay. So that simply when you want to give that a direct relationship with respect to of partial vapor pressure and mole fraction of the component. Okay, here two components are there. According to Raoult's law, what happened? PA is directly proportional to XA. Okay, so what is the PA? Partial vapor pressure of component A. What is the XA? Mole fraction of component A. And similar way, PB directly proportional to XB. What is the PB? Partial vapor pressure of component B. And what is the XB? Mole fraction of component B. When you remove the proportionality, what you get that PA is equals to P naught A XA. In similar way, PB is equals to P naught B XB. Okay. So what is the P naught A and P naught B represents here? These are vapor pressures of pure components A and B. Okay, so here I am showing the directly. So P naught A is a vapor pressure of pure component A solvent. P naught B is a vapor pressure of pure component of B solute. Usually I am taking that. So here total vapor pressure of solution. So total vapor pressure of solution I need, that is a P solution. Okay. So total vapor pressure of solution I need. According to Dalton partial pressures law, P total. Okay. So total vapor pressure is must be equals to sum of partial vapor pressures. Here I am shown with respect to P total is equals to PA plus PB. So how it is given? It is given by Dalton partial pressures law. Okay. So Dalton partial pressures law we are given it is. So according to Dalton partial pressure law, P total is equals to PA plus PB. So what is the PA here? PA is equals to P naught A XA. Sorry, here it is an XA. So P naught A XA. PB is equals to P naught B XB. Okay. So sorry, again here P naught A XA. So P naught A XA plus P naught B XB. So it is a P total. Okay. So this is one of the relations. Here actually it is also possible to give in the two different type of forms. Okay. So how it is? Generally you know that mole fraction of, okay, the sum of mole fraction of components must be equals to 1. The sum of mole fraction of components must be equals to 1. Here how many components are there? Only 2 components. That's why I shown that XA plus XB is equals to 1. So for example, XA is equals to, if I am given 1 minus XB, XA is equals to 1 minus XB. What happened here? P total is equals to P naught A 1 minus XB plus P naught B XB. Clear? And at the same time, when you remove this P naught A XB plus P naught B XB. Got it? Here, when you remove, when you take out the common XB, P naught A plus XB, but you get that P naught B minus P naught A. Okay, so this is the relation. P total is equals to P naught A with mole fraction of solute. In similar way, if XB is equals to 1 minus XA I substituted. If XB is equals to 1 minus XA if I am substituted, what do you get? That P total is equals to P naught A XA plus P naught B 1 minus XA. P naught B 1 minus XA. So here what you get that P naught A XA plus P naught B minus P naught B XA. Okay. So when I remove that, when I am taken out that XA is a common, here what you get that P naught A minus P naught B into XA plus P naught B. So this is the relationship between P total versus mole fraction of solvent. Okay. So this is a Raoult's law. According to Raoult's law, we are given when we have two volatile components. Okay. So the graphical representation, when you observe this one. Okay. So observe that a graphical representation when we have two components, volatile components. Okay. So the graphical representation we are giving with respect of vapor pressure and mole fraction. So the solution here I would like to show with respect to, here I am taking mole fraction. Here we have vapor pressure. Okay. Vapor pressure. Assume here P naught A less than P naught B. Just assume here. Okay, for our understanding purpose, just I am making the P naught A less than P naught B. So initially XA is equals to 0. I have not any solvent. XB is equals to 1. Okay. And at this condition, XA is equals to 1. XB is equals to 0. So here I have only XB. So what is the XB? It is containing with respect to, okay. So whatever it may be, just your understanding purpose, just you make that. Otherwise, initially I have that only XA. For example, if I am taking XA is equals to 1, XB is equals to 0. Here mole fraction XA is decreasing, mole fraction of XB is going to increases. XA only I have pure solvent. The pure solvent showing the vapor pressure that I am showing with respect to here. It is a P naught A. What is a P naught A? Vapor pressure of pure solvent. Got it? And observe here. Mole fraction of solvent is going to decreases. Mole fraction of solvent is going to decreases. When mole fraction of solvent is going to decreases, what happens? Here the vapor pressure is also going to decreases. Okay. The vapor pressure is also going to decreases. These curves indicate PA. Okay. And here XB, mole fraction of solute, is gradually increasing. So at pure component B, whatever I have that partial vapor pressure, I am showing you that P naught B. It is a pure solute vapor pressure. So just observe that P naught A is less than P naught B. Just I am given with respect to this one. So what happened here, that mole fraction is going to increases. When mole fraction is going to increases, vapor pressure is also going to increases. So this curve indicate PV. So this is the PA and this is the PV. If I am joining these two, it is giving that a P total. It gives that a P total. What is a P total? P total is equals to PA plus PV. So this is the graphical representation. This is a graphical representation between the vapor pressure and the mole fraction of components. Got it? So this is the relationship between the vapor pressure of a component, okay, and mole fraction of component. I explained in two different type of ways. When a solution is containing volatile solvent over the two, okay, non-volatile solute, and in the second one I explained with that volatile solvent and volatile solute. Got it? So this is a very important relationship here. So and one more thing here, whatever the XA and XB are represented, these are the mole fractions in liquid state only. Okay, mole fraction of component A and component B. Usually A component we can explain always with the reference books as a solvent, B always we can take as a solute. Okay, otherwise some textbooks will represent with the P1 plus P2. Okay, 1 is always represent as a solvent, B always as a 2 is always represent as a solute. Okay, whatever it may be, either AB or 1 and 2 components. Here I am saying that XA and XB are mole fraction of components in liquid state only. And one more relation is there. Okay. There, when we are giving with respect to of in vapor phase, okay, there is another relationship we have that PA is equals to YA into T total, PB is equals to YB into P total, okay, or whatever that ith component PI is equals to YI into P total. So what is the YA and YB? Mole fraction of component A and B in vapor phase. In vapor phase. So that's why when the question is came with respect to this relationship, you must be observed. He asked the mole fractions of components in liquid phase or in vapor phase. Okay. So YA, YB I am showing with that in vapor phase. Whatever that XA and XB I am showing with that in liquid phase. Got it? So the next class will be discussed based on the Raoult's law, which are obeying the Raoult's law at all concentrations. We are classified solutions into two types, ideal solutions and non-ideal solution. So that will be discussed in next class.